Hello friends, welcome to my channel Unjust Indian. To continue watching all the videos in my channel, kindly subscribe my channel and hit the bell button. These recent elections to the various states, from the opposition point of view, the state that mattered most was West Bengal. Although elections were held in many states, in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, BJP was virtually a non-starter. Therefore, the expectation was that any party other than BJP will win that state. And even in Puducherry, the union territory, only a coalition government of BJP was formed, which is headed by another regional party, NR Congress. Only in Assam, where it was expected that it will sweep the polls, and led by Mamata Banerjee, BJP literally swept the polls. But the state which mattered most and which really could tilt the election 2020 in the coming ensuing 2029 Lok Sabha election in the opposition's favor was West Bengal. With nearly 42 or 48 Lok Sabha seats, West Bengal is a huge state, and making an opposition party which will not support the BJP, rule that state and win most of the Lok Sabha seats is a mandatory thing as far as the dream of the opposition to unsettle BJP from the power in the center is concerned. Now, there are many reasons for the downfall of the TMC's regime, or you can call it Mamata Banerjee's regime. But one thing that struck me the most of the reasons were either administrative or political. But one thing that struck me the most is the political incoherency among the opposition. That is, in this case, BJP, which was once a very, very marginal player, within a period of 10 to 15 years, it was able to push itself up into such a powerful position that it is now forming the government in West Bengal. Now, how was this push possible? You all know that the West Bengal was once a left bastion for nearly 34 years. The left ruled the West Bengal, and Mamata Banerjee unsettled the West, and as for the past 15 years, she ruled West Bengal continuously. Now, as far as the opposition parties, whether it is the CP, the left parties, or the Congress, their main ideological as well as their main enemy is the BJP. But the left is still unable to forget the fact that it was unsettled by TMC, and ideology and politics have taken the back seat. And here, pure enmity between the left and TMC has taken the fore. Therefore, how BJP was propelled to power? One thing was that the huge unpopularity of the TMC regime, it may be one of the reasons, it was one of the reasons. But what really happened was, the left leaders, as you know, that most of them were Savarna leaders. Unlike the left in Kerala, which is mostly consists of OBC castes, and which once was dominated by the Savarna leaders, the OBC people who voted en masse have now taken over it, and the leaders of Kerala's left parties are usually OBC leaders. But that is not the case with the West Bengal left parties. West Bengal left parties are dominated by the so-called Savarna, the higher caste. To wreak their vengeance, to somehow, avenge for their defeat by the Trinamool Congress, what they did was, the leaders of the left purposefully, in the initial stages and even now, they have purposefully transferred a large chunk of their votes to BJP. Therefore, in this case, the left thinks that TMC is its enemy, and BJP, even though it's ideologically far inclined, or I would even say they are North Pole and South Pole, the left was willing to help BJP to unsettle TMC. This, in my opinion, is the ideological bankruptcy of the left, because at the end of the day, the left leaders, who are mostly Savarna in the West Bengal, were able to identify themselves with the BJP than with the secular party TMC. So, the bulk transfer of the communist voters from the Communist Party to the BJP with the blessings of the communist leaders was I would say the major reason for the defeat of TMC. Now we are coming to the other party, Congress. Congress has, in spite of being a Savarna party, it has a wider base and a huge representation among minorities also in West Bengal. And Congress also did the same. Congress had a very good vote bank in the previous years. And Congress leaders also, some of them purposefully transferred a bulk of their votes to the BJP. BJP, once a marginal party, is now able to get a bulk of the Congress as well as the left voters, and both these parties willingly and silently allowed the same to happen because they wanted to defeat BJP, and they said that for them TMC is a worse enemy than BJP. Therefore, the defeat of TMC is due to culmination of many factors. The most important of them is the so-called indie blocs, left parties and the Congress transferring their vote to their main enemy BJP solely for the purpose of defeating TMC. Now, this is the reason that nobody talks about. Everybody simply glosses it over because they know, all the political pundits know this for sure, that this thing happened, this transfer of bulk of votes from Congress and the left happened with the active blessings of both the parties. Now, they may say so many reasons that the TMC treated us badly, the TMC treated us this way, and the TMC did this and that. But at the end of the day, the primary question is, who is your enemy? You have to ask that question to the left parties as well as to the Congress. You have to ask that question simply, who is your enemy? Whether it is TMC or any other secular party or the BJP. If you are willing to be hand in glove and in cahoots with BJP just for the sake of defeating another party, then your credibility and the reliability of the Congress and the left is in question. Maybe Mamata Banerjee was against alliance with these parties. That may have been different. But Congress, being the major party in the center of the Indie Bloc alliance, should have proactively taken the steps, maybe made a little bit more sacrifice so that Mamata Banerjee stays planted in West Bengal. Now Mamata Banerjee has been defeated in West Bengal. Now what will happen to Indie Alliance in the West Bengal in the ensuing Lok Sabha elections? If BJP win big in the Lok Sabha elections, Indie Alliance as well as Congress may forget, completely sweep aside the dream of forming the government in the 2029 Lok Sabha polls. What I look at it is the ideological bankruptcy of the Congress High Command, the so-called Congress High Command. And I even smell a conspiracy between Congress and the BJP to somehow unsettle and throw off all the regional parties and share or split the country only between themselves. So, whenever a regional party is defeated in any elections, the reasons for that is, other than its lackluster performance, the major reason is either BJP or Congress. There is a tacit and secret understanding between them that one way or another they will join with the regional party, either swallow it or make sure it is defeated continuously again and again, so that the regional parties eventually vanish from the map of Indian politics, and only Congress and BJP call the shots and rule in all the states as well as the central government. This is a conspiracy that the regional parties have to be aware of. Now TMC has fallen prey to this conspiracy of the central parties aligning with another central party to defeat or to annihilate a regional party. The victim is TMC. This has happened to Tejasvi Yadav in Bihar also. Now it is a turn of Akhilesh Yadav to be careful. Congress will once again come to him for an alliance. Once again it will say so many things, but at the end of the day it will try to act in such a way that Akhilesh Yadav is defeated. Now it is Akhilesh Yadav's fight how he deals with Congress, but he has to deal with it wisely, because Congress will not want it to win. Congress will want BJP to win, so that in the long run Akhilesh Yadav is removed from the scene, and that space of opposition is given to Congress, and in the future only Congress or BJP contest in the Uttar Pradesh poll. So all the regional parties now have to beware of the Congress, because when they say when they want to defeat BJP, it's a mere slogan, and when it comes to direct contest between BJP and Congress, the intention is real. Otherwise, the intention of the Congress party is always to weaken the regional party so that it occupies that space. So either BJP or Congress comes to power in the state. So the regional parties has to be beware. One of the major reasons for the defeat, the lesson that the defeat of TMC teaches is that never trust Congress, never ever trust parties headed by Savarna leaders, because at the end of the day, they will identify only with BJP, and for them BJP is their party of interest. Let's meet again.